What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be a review of the world's best ZOE. This guy is an absolute freak on the champion. 210 games played, 65% win rate, 4.3 KDA, 1K LP on the Korean server. You can see his second most played is like Lulu, 21 games. Syndra, 6 games with a 10% win rate. I love these players that can literally only play one champion and they climb to the top of the ladder with it. They just master one champion, bro. Because we can watch their replays and we can slowly take things away that they've learnt that's helped them climb, and we can implement it in our own gameplay. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Jumping onto the Rift now, we're going to have a look at his runes. And you can see there he's going with a Summon Airy setup. Secondary is perfect timing with Biscuit delivery. He likes to opt for the Summon Airy into short range matchups such as the Irelia. You can abuse the low cooldown of Summon Airy as opposed to something like the Electrocute. You can continuously proc the Airy in lane and it's going to be giving you more damage than Electrocute. Into like a longer range matchup, something like an Azir, the Electrocute definitely works better and he likes to run it then. Mainly because like, you're going to be waiting for your combos, man. You're going to be waiting to hit a bubble and an all in. You're not going to be constantly getting harass off because if you're in that short range, that Azir is going to be... Azir just outranges you, simply put, and he's going to be out poking you in these trades if you're going to try and proc that Airy when it's on cooldown. You can see in the early laning phase, guys, he plays very slow. He tries to allow the wave to shove into him, which is very smart on ZOE. If he gets all leaned on or frozen by the Irelia, you're pretty much doomed. If you walk up, you will die. And the enemy jungle is going to be a Sylas. Sylas level 2, level 3 ganks, so they're definitely doable. He has that E, the chain set up. And if he does opt to gank, you're going to have to blow your flash. So yeah, this guy's early laning phase, he plays very slow. He plays very controlled. As opposed to somebody like Rookie, who just plays out of his mind aggression. And that's why Rookie sometimes has just 10-0 games or 0-10 games. Kind of reminds me of Caps. Right now, Rookie in the LPL is playing pretty crap. I'm not going to lie. Rookie's in a bit of a slump. And his team is not doing too crash hot in this split. Sylas looks for a gank. Might have to blow. Flashes out. Drops both sums. Irelia drops both sums. Kindred comes in to save the day. And this is why, man, if you have the wave close to your tower, bro, it's going to be benefiting you so much more. What's he going to do with this wave? I don't think he can hard shove it. He looks for the base. Now, guys, you kill your enemy opponent. You think to yourself, okay, I got to shove the wave to get on the tower to deny them. No, you don't, guys. If the wave is going to slow push back to you and your minion wave will get there first to freeze it, please, guys, take the negative base. This is the biggest difference I see between Diamond and Challenger mids, is their base timings and their ability to hold freezes with wave control. It's just so important, and it's definitely a big factor that separates those Diamond mids from those Challenger mids, man. You can see it comes back to a stacked wave. Irelia is overextended trying to break the freeze. Burns that W flash and he picks up the kill. Thank you very much. And now he'll look for that hard shove. Also, something to take note, he always likes to go for the Doran's Ring, not the Corrupting Potion. He definitely favors some of that mana return early. A little bit of health, a little bit more AP. Now that Irelia is coming out of base, he wants to hard shove it. You really don't want to like let it slow push into him. The wave is slow pushing anyway. The Irelia can essentially just cop a freeze, pull the wave, and then try and set up a kill. You want to hard shove it into the tower so that Irelia doesn't have a chance. Pops that Trinket Ward in the mid lane. I talk about this a lot. It is a very valuable mid lane ward. I don't see lower elo people doing it almost ever. It's giving you so much information. It can tell you when the enemy's basing, where they're roaming towards. It can help you set up bubbles, set up picks. It is a very crucial ward to have. But just make sure you have a little bit of ward vision in the river. You can see he already has a control ward to hug towards, so he doesn't need it there. So he puts that lane ward in. Don't put that lane ward if you're completely blind on the map and have no control, guys, okay? Jumping back into Irelia now. Gets the bubble onto the Sylas. Kindred should get this. He's playing it pretty controlled. Moving in, just weaving in autos. Lands the Q onto the Irelia. Should be a kill here. The Aatrox has Prio as well. Lands the bubble. Man, this bot lane coming in for the roam. Tristana's 2-1. Clear this pink ward out. Shove the wave again. Probably look for a base now, I'd say. He's going to have enough for a lost chapter. The big old wave, though. Let's see. Sometimes Faker opts to, like... Faker's one of the only players, like, he... like, likes to freeze these waves and just play very slow. And this is exactly what the Zoe's doing, man. He understands the wave is in a freeze, and if he can hold it, he should chunk this wave a little bit, though, no? He should chunk it a little bit so that half the wave still sits. But look at that wave control, man. And now another wave is going to get denied. Like, man, oh man, oh man. These small things. Small things. If you like gold and you just implement these, like, small things, you're going to be getting massive leads over your opponents if they have no wave control at all. So now that Irelia has to overextend to deny the freeze, she could have dropped there if the Kindred wanted to play aggressive. Zoe's 6 now. Has that barrier, has the blue buff. All is well in the mid lane. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a hard shove now. Replaces that mid lane ward. And look at that fast old combo, man. Our combos are the cleanest I've seen. Like, no joke, his combos are so fucking clean with his ultimate. He's instantly getting Qs out, man. It's very hard to dodge. This guy definitely helped me with my Zoe game. My Zoe is still complete trash compared to his, but he definitely helped me out. Maybe he's just sitting mid. A lot of times, guys, he plays very patient here. He doesn't overextend. Just tries to get a little bit of poke with the Q. Interesting bubble. He goes for it. Maybe if that Irelia tried to juke. The biggest thing about the Zoe lane is that your Q is AoE. You don't have to directly hit your Q. If you can land your Q on the wave and him, boom, grabs that huge poke. It really moves in. He jukes it out. Now tell me that wasn't clean. Ignites, gets the movement speed, drops the emote, dodges out the Irelia stun, comes in. And oh man, oh man. God. What sick person created this fucking nightmare of a champ. Always look for that harass in the jungle. I think it was Doper that first said that a while back about how important it is to poke the enemy jungler out when he's trying to hold the mid lane wave. It just essentially means that the jungler has a lot less options afterwards. And even though you're not getting kills, you're still denying him maybe camps and maybe gank opportunities because he's too low. Picks up the ghost. If this was me, I would ghost to lane. He's going to have a huge base, man. He's sitting at 2k plus for sure. Lost chapter boots. Lost chapter. Boots. What else? Gets the control ward out as well. Stopwatch coming online in 1 minute 30. Has his flash up. He's in really good stead for this game, as is everybody on his team. Has a 4k gold lead and an Infernal on the map. This one should be closed pretty quickly. Doesn't ghost the lane. What an absolute pansy, bro. Whenever I get ghost on Zoe, I'm the happiest guy ever. Gonna pick this blue buff up. They have the Infernal. They have no vision on the Infernal. They need to... As the Irelia looks for an engage. He might be done here. He can't get a... Yep. Grabs the blue. And instantly dies. Gives a shutdown over to Irelia. Now we've got a bit of a game on our hands because Irelia got a lot of gold from that. Once the Irelia gets the Mercs, she can essentially all in the Zoe over and over and over again. Matchup definitely doesn't favor the Zoe in the later stages of the game. Morgana gets a great ult. Action happening top. Action happening in the dragon. Okay, round 2. Zoe coming out of base now. Irelia's going to hard shove the wave. Aatrox picks up the Camille top. I actually think Zoe's in a pretty good spot right now. Next patch, though, with the Syndra buffs, guys, with the Echo buffs, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Syndra buffs they are planning to implement on the next patch is just the most ludicrous buffs I've seen in my life. Me having played like thousands of Syndra games, like probably 3 to 5k, like I played probably one of the most Syndras ever. And I'm telling you right now, man, the buffs they're looking to put on the Syndra is too much. I'm the first to say it. So right now, you get a 15% extra damage from your Qs. At level 9 when you've maxed it. They're going to put it to 25%, man. 25%. I don't know what they're thinking. And an extra E damage. Crazy. Riot Games are really crazy. They're trying to They really are trying to... I don't know, man. They listen to the community too much. They're sick of ZOE Corki, so like, ooh, what counters ZOE Corki? Let's get Syndra. And then they Giga buff Syndra, and they're like, okay, we're Giga buffing Syndra. What's counter Syndra? Oh, I know, Echo. So they buff Echo as well, and Kassadin. So it's going to be a very interesting meta. I'm happy they're actually doing buffs rather than just fucking Giga nerfing everything. I'm happy they're buffing everything, but on top of the buffs that they're looking to change, dude, they're looking to nerf Azir and Corki as well. So they're making massive buffs to counters and nerfing. I feel like you don't even need to nerf, bro. If you just put those buffs in, bro, that's enough. But now Azir and Corki get nerfed. They'll be shifted out of the meta, and the buffed champions will rise. The counters to the buff champions will also rise. It's going to be interesting meta on 9/16. Coming next week? Next Wednesday? Next Thursday? Moving in mid here. If he lands the bubble, it's all about dodging out on the Irelia. Irelia looks for all in. Pretty close. Honestly, pretty close. Does he go for it? Okay, bro, like I'm... Come on, man. I'm doing a review of you. Please don't end like this. Gets the mid lane ward. Look, I'm just gonna ignore it. Misplay. It happens. I've misplayed before. You've all misplayed before. Looks like he's panicking a little bit, honestly. Aatrox picks up the Irelia. The enemy team at this point, I'm pretty sure it seems like they're looking to just open the game. Typical Korean solo queue. I'm looking forward to go back, but I'm not looking forward to all of the opens that happen, man. So many opens happen in this region, and it is mentally taxing, man. I'm gonna be running down mid. Even though this has been a pretty short game, I 100% think there's a lot to learn from how he played his early game, the wave control, his combo timings, his levels, his item. He usually goes Ludens into usually a Morello, into an Hourglass, Void Staff, and then Death Cap, of course. Sometimes the Soul Stealer, depends if he gets that Dark Seal early. And you can see after the base now, he has picked up that Ludens and the Oblivion Orb. As they close in on the game, hopefully you've learned something. Shout out to Domisum Replay for this VOD. I try to find a little bit longer VODs for you guys to watch, but at the end of the day, I think the most important part about the ZOE is that early laning phase and understanding how to manage your waves and pick up the kills. So hopefully you've learned something. Until next time, boys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.